I don't know how I missed him. He just fell in the road right in front of me.
You all right there, sir?
I nearly ran him right over. Yeah, fine.
Right, so you were riding along with him, you say?
Yeah, and then Colin just went straight over.
Well, nothing hit him from behind or anything like that?
No, nothing hit him. We just came on.
Don't you think it'd be best sorting this out between yourselves?
I wouldn't be here if I thought that, would I?
But you weren't actually at your mother's house?
No, Mum's neighbour, Mrs Brett, phoned me, said Dave had been round pushing his weight about.
Dave Keegan's your brother, right?
Yeah.
Did he actually break into the house?
Just shoved his way in, then searched the place and took all Mum's cash.
You say your mother's in hospital, Mrs Walsh. Who let Dave in?
Brian, Mum's lodger. But he knows she wouldn't let him in the house.
Do you know how much money he took?
No idea. You'll have to ask Mrs Brett.
When your mother wouldn't have asked your brother to go and get the money for her?
Oh, leave it out. She hasn't spoken to him since Dad died.
Don't you think you'd better have a quiet word with him yourself, you know, seeing as your mother's in hospital?
Look, are you going to do something or what?
All right. What's the lodger's name?
Brian Downey.
Brian Downey? How old is he?
Just a kid. 16, 17. Do you know him then?
Mrs Walsh, do you mind waiting here a moment while I go and check on something?
Suit yourself.
Let's get down to the hospital and phone his father.
Yeah, sure. But, can you tell me where Colin bought the bike?
I don't know. His dad went with him. I do know it was expensive, but his dad and me decided it was worth it to make sure he'd be safe. Sean would know where. They're both bike mad.
Brian Downey. Yeah, I've got him in Herfield Grange. But you say he was shown 3 months ago on the PNC as an absco?
Yeah. I wonder what he'd done to deserve Herfield Grange.
First came to attention when he was 15 for TDA, 3 cautions for other car crimes before case papers were sent to the CPS, all resulting in a string of not proceeded with. He seems to have divided his time between Sunhill and Barton Street.
Yeah, that's him. Mrs Walsh, we'll send someone down to your mother's house as soon as we had a chance to talk to Mrs Brett and Brian Downey.
It's Brian you're suddenly interested in, isn't it? What's he done?
Was you staying at your mother's house long?
A few months now. Why?
He's a juvenile, Mrs Walsh. Did it never occur to you someone might be looking for him?
Never thought about it. He's been fine with me, Mum. Like a little old couple they are together.
Yeah, devoted, is he?
Yeah, he is. As it happens, I'm grateful the way he's looked after Mum. Saved me a lot of bother.
I hate these family rows. Always ends up with them best of friends blaming us for poking our noses in.
It's probably all blown over by now, so we can just pick up Brian and get out of it.
Mother's little helper. Hardly how I'd have seen that waster.
This is it here, 37.
Right.
Not you.
Hello, Brian. You're nicked.
Laugh a minute, ain't you?
Can we come in, please? Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm WPC Marshall. This is PC Garfield, Sunhill.
How do you do, dear? I'm Mrs Brett.
Where did you get that from, then?
You can't do me for this. Miss Keegan give it to me.
Oh, she did. Marge thinks the world of Brian. She's been ever so poorly. She fell down and broke a hip about 2 weeks ago, and now she's developed pneumonia.
Mrs Brett, they're not here to discuss Mum's health.
Pneumonia's no joke at her age.
She could be dying and you ain't even been near the hospital.
But I'm here now, aren't I?
Because you think Dave's been ripping you off.
All right, Brian, that's enough. Could you tell me what happened, please?
Well, I just popped in to see Brian when Dave turned up. He shoved past us without saying a word.
And you saw him take some money, you say?
Well, Marge keeps a bit in the kitchen, but he found this roll of notes at the back of the drawer in her dressing table.
Could you guess how much there was?
The cheeky blighter counted it. £460. I told him she wouldn't want him to have it.
And what did he say?
He said she wouldn't have much use for it now. I said he was wicked.
Dave's a tosser. He messed up all her stuff. All her clothes and her bed. She's not dead yet.
Could I see upstairs, please?
Well, unless Colin had done some work on his bike himself and Sean says he hasn't, then I'd say the bike was a ringer.
A ringer?
It's where they make a bike over, Dad.
Swap parts around to disguise the fact that it's stolen.
Unfortunately, not all bike parts are compatible, so some of the ringers are potentially lethal.
We bought Sean's bike the same place Colin got his.
And if Colin's bike's a ringer, then half the kids in school are riding dodgy machines.
Leave her stuff alone. The minute she's really ill, you're suddenly round it, all concerned.
Shut it.
You only care about what you can grab.
It won't do you any good. She's left the lot to Brian.
You're joking.
I witnessed Marge's will. Broke her heart when she found that Dave had turned your father's business over to the betting shop.
Mum's gone senile.
And you've never lifted a finger to help your mum ever. When she
Pack
had
it
that...
in, you lying old cow! Give you that, did she?
"8-5 from Sierra Oscar.
Receiving.
8-5 receiving.
Herfield Grange confirmed they're ready to take Brian Downey.
OK, thanks, Polly. How did you meet Mrs. Keegan?
Social worker took us to this day centre to talk to the old people. I met her there.
How did you come to move in?
I just did. She didn't like being by herself and I could help her with things.
And that's it?
She didn't treat me like a kid all the time, like you lot.
You must have had something in common.
She taught me some great card games. Pinochle, Physique, Cribbage. Ones I bet you've never even heard of.
Can I help you?
Yeah, PC Quinn and Sun Hill. Are you the owner?
Yes, Yardley's the name. What's up?
Yeah, a young lad riding a bike, purchased recently from this shop, has been involved in an accident. He's been quite badly hurt.
I always tell them to wear safety helmets. Traffic on these streets.
Yeah, except there wasn't another vehicle involved. The brake slipped off the rim of the front wheel and jammed into the spokes. Where'd you get your bikes from, Mr. Yardley?
Well, the kids all want something different. I have a supplier who assembles them to order.
And where is this supplier?
Watford. Yeah, he's in Watford.
Have you got the paperwork?
Of course. I keep it all at home.
At home?
Hmm.
Well, perhaps you could bring it all into Sun Hill. Where does he get his parts from? This supplier in Watford?
What are you implying?
Well, a lot of stolen bikes end up somewhere, Mr. Yardley. I'd like to check a few frame numbers up against the machines that have been reported stolen.
Sure.
Which video arcade did you dig him out of, then?
None. He's been living with an old lady called Mrs. Keegan, but she's now in hospital.
Fancy choosing him for company. In you come, then.
Also,
Thanks for bringing him back.
you might try and hang on to him this time. Right. To the hospital, I suppose.
Don't fancy it much, do you?
Well, there's no point. The CPS will never touch it.
8-5 from Sierra Oscar. Receiving.
8-5 receiving. Go ahead, Polly.
George, Godwick Street in the parade. The shopkeeper, Mr. Bowden, has made a citizen's arrest. Can you deal?
We were on our way to St Hugh's to take a statement from Mrs. Keegan.
That can wait, George.
Fine. On way.
In you go. George, Kathy, mind your head.
Shopkeeper here spotted Trevor trying to liberate this bike with a pair of bolt cutters.
You don't need us then, no?
Now the van's on its way.
Yeah, what are you two up to then?
Officer news to ask a woman who might be dying if she wants her son prosecuted for nicking her seeds.
Nice.
How did he get here?
Her grandson? He's a nice lad. They seem very close.
No, definitely not her grandson.
But she's quite clear in her mind, but the pneumonia has taken hold. She's losing strength fast, so I'd rather you don't take too long.
We'll try not to.
I have to go.
Thanks.
You can't come in here bothering her. It's not right.
You shouldn't be here.
She needs me.
Oh, what? One of the family now, are you?
Carly got you here. Can't she leave her mum in peace?
I wish we could.
Have you told her what's been going on?
Of course not. You're perverted, you lot.
Off your high horse. We're just doing our job.
Some job.
That's enough.
I'll wait out here with him.
No way.
Out here.
Mrs. Keegan.
Where's Brian gone?
It's all right, he's waiting outside. I'm WPC Marshal, Sun Hill. Your daughter, Mrs. Walsh, asked us to have a word with you.
Carly?
This morning, Brian and your neighbour, Mrs. Brett, they witnessed your son, Dave, force his way into your house and take some cash.
He's been into my dressing table.
How much money did you keep in the house, Mrs. Keegan?
There's £400 in there. There's a bit more in the kitchen. Why didn't Brian tell me?
Did your son have any right to be in your house?
Did he push Brian around? I won't stand for that.
Did your son have any right to the money? Mrs. Brett thinks there might have been about £460.
No, of course not. What's Carly got to do with this?
Your daughter feels some action should be taken against your son. You may feel differently?
Always at each other's throats, those two. Oh, I don't care about the money. Dave's already had everything my old man left.
You don't want us to proceed any further, then?
I didn't say that.
You're not taking me back to Earthfield.
We've got no choice, mate.
Look, what if I promise to make my own way back? I've got to stay here. She needs me.
I can't do it. You're here without a pass, aren't you?
You're all the same.
You sure you want us to prosecute your son?
I don't want Dave thinking he can go upsetting Brian. I care about the lad. And there could be trouble when they find out what I've done. Everything goes to him, see? The house and all.
Mrs. Brett told us about your will.
My kids are both useless. My own fault. I spoiled them. They're both idle and selfish. But he's a lovely lad. All he needed was a bit of encouragement.
It's very generous of Mrs. Keegan, wanting to feel she's looked after you once she's gone.
You're the same as her kids. Money, money, money. You make me sick.
Don't know why we bother.
But I just don't want Dave and Carly on her back. Or mine. It's not her money I want. She's gonna snuff it, isn't she?
It's serious, yeah.
I've never seen anyone dead before. What's it like?
It's not easy. It's not how you expect.
I might never see her again.
Look, I'll have a word with the warden for you if you like. Come on.
Good afternoon.
Sir.
My name's Foster. I was with PC Quinnan earlier this afternoon. My son's friend came off his bike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hello, Mr. Foster.
Oh, hello, sir. May I have a word with you, please?
Yeah, sure. Just a minute. Yeah, you can just come through here, Mr. Foster. Take a seat.
Thank you. I heard from Mrs. Martin that Colin's going to be all right.
Oh, that's good news.
But it really shook me up, thinking how easily it could have been Sean who was hurt. So I decided to take Sean's bike back to the shop to have it checked.
Was it okay?
Well, Yardley said it was. But while I was there, a bloke delivered a pile of bikes. I took the registration number of his van.
It is very helpful, Mr. Foster. Thank you.
Well, it's a kid's safety. You just can't afford to neglect things these days.
Sure. Can you just hang on here a minute? I'll be straight back. Thanks.
Can't see you on a bicycle, Trevor. What about those bolt cutters? Bit organised, having them handy?
Look, if I tell you what I know, will you put in a word for me?
And you know we can't do any deals. You want to tell me something, it can be taken into consideration.
Well, I'll tell you anyhow. I don't like the bloke.
Which bloke is that?
The one who's ripping me off.
How did he do that?
When he puts a word out, he'll pay for decent bikes. Then he only gives you 20 quid a time.
20 quid? That bike unit was worth at least 200.
I said I didn't like the bloke.
You didn't tell us his name either.
Mike Smart. He's got a workshop down by the railway.
Yeah?
David Keegan.
Yeah?
PC Garfield, WPC Marshall, Sun Hill. Can we come in, please?
What do you want? I'm busy.
Concerns the theft of some money from your mother's house this morning.
Oh, you're joking.
Can we come in, please?
But is held up at the back. However, giving back some awkward time for the first quarter mile. The pace being set by Zilzal. Then next to the rails, Tay Wharf covered up, and then Russian bomb.
What are you on about?
You took some money from your mother's house this morning.
Who says so? Oh, I know. It's that slag of a sister of mine put you up to this. She would have to get busy.
David Keegan, I'm arresting you for burglary.
My mother wants me nicked over a lousy bit of money.
You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
I don't believe this. She's dying, right?
Do you understand?
Yeah. I'd give her euthanasia right now.
You got the money, Mr. Keegan?
Yeah. Look, this is just stupid. It's family, right? It's between me and my mother. No one else.
Sure.
Sarge, the frame number on Colin Martin's bike is from a bike reported stolen about 2 months ago, although the descriptions of the bikes are different, so it is a ringer.
Right.
Yeah, and the van that made the delivery to Yardley's bike shop?
Yeah?
Yeah, well, I've checked. It's not from Watford. It's registered to a Michael Smart here in Sun Hill.
That's the same bloke that was fingered by our bicycle thief.
Yeah, he must trawl in all the stolen bikes in the area, break them down, swap the parts over, sell them on as new customised machines to shops like Yardley's.
And kids like Colin Martin then pay full whack for them.
Man, I'm not safe.
I think we should have a look at Mr. Smart's workshop.
Right. Sign here, please.
Kathy, George. You've not had a very enjoyable day, I hear.
Oh, no, sir.
What do you think the appropriate course of action is in this case?
Well, with respect, sir, just to get shot of this family as quickly as possible.
I think I hear what you're saying, George. So a caution would be the best way of resolving the situation?
Yes, sir.
Right then, I'll tell our new sergeant.
Tea.
Will you bring Mr. Keegan along to my office when you're ready, please, Sergeant Steele?
Sir. I've got the warrant for Smart's workshop.
Oh, great. I'll see who's available.
Yeah, we'll get over there and sort this one out.
Since you admit the offence of burglary, I am of a mind on this occasion to give you a caution. In the future, you must have more respect for both the property and the privacy of members of your family. And remember, it is not pleasant for the police to have to become embroiled in your family squabbles.
I didn't ask you to stick your noses in.
Be quite clear, Mr. Keegan, that the offence you have committed is burglary. And, quite obviously, your mother feels as strongly about this as I do.
She's off her rocker.
Do you agree to this course of action?
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Keegan. I am now formally cautioning you for this offence. Sign here.
Goodbye, Mr. Keegan. Mind how you go.
So it couldn't have been me.
Cry wants bodies for a ride in the workshop, turning out stolen bikes, ringers. You come in?
Yeah, we've wasted enough of our time tonight.
George, Cat? Had a call from a Mrs. Brett. It's next door to a Mrs. Keegan. Apparently Mrs. Keegan's family are creating havoc. You better get over there straight away.
Terrific.
We'll stop you up for you, slag. Just for me.
Right. What's going on now, then?
I'm ever so glad you've come. It's terrible. Carly turned up about half an hour ago and has started loading all Marge's things. Whatever's poor Marge going to say?
When did he turn up, then?
When I phoned you. They've been, the two of them, they've been going at it a hammer and tongs. It's far worse than it ever was before their dad died.
What about Mrs. Walsh? Did she break into the house?
She's always had a key.
Right.
Oi! Listen, if you weren't such a lazy cow, that yobbo wouldn't be sponging off a mum in the first place.
And what have you ever done?
Listen, he's about to walk off with that house.
Even when we was kids?
Look, cut it out, the pair of...
Oh, look, just stay out of my business, right?
You just calm down, Mr. Keegan.
That's the van, Sarge.
Right. Open up, police.
Yeah?
Michael David Smart.
Yeah.
Have a warrant to search these premises. Inside, please. All right, that'll do. Thank you. I have reason to believe some of these bicycles are stolen. Michael Smart, I'm arresting you for receiving and handling stolen goods. You do not have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
You're not having that as well.
Sierra Oscar from 218 receiving.
Yes, George.
Assistance required. Wellesley Drive.
On its
Okay,
way.
that's enough, Mr. Keegan.
This street will never be safe as long as the likes of him are around.
Mrs. Brett.
And you're nothing but trouble. You couldn't even keep a husband, could you?
I've had you out to here. Mrs. Brett, you're not helping. Would you go back in your house, please?
Mrs. Brett. Brian, I didn't see you, love. What's the matter?
She's gone.
Who?
Mrs. Keegan. I got there, she'd died. Oh. It's your fault. If you'd left her in peace, but you wouldn't.
You little thief, I'm gonna kill you.
Right, David Keegan, I'm arresting you for threatening and abusive behaviour. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Stuff you and stuff your house. All you had to do was go and see her.
I haven't even started on you yet. If you try and take what's mine, I'll break you.
Stop it, Mrs. Walsh.
I'll say you tortured her, held her prisoner, anything. Do you understand? It's not natural the way you was living with her.
Carly Walsh, I'm arresting you
Ow!
for theft. You do not have to say anything unless you have to do so, but what you say may be given in evidence. Do you understand?
Okay, Reg.
Right, George.
Take him in.
Hold your head down. Other side, straight over.
Go on, get him there.
I don't know. You two have had all day just to sort out a family round a 16-year-old absconder. You still can't manage without support.
Have you had me done?
You all right?
I'm back where I started, ain't I?
Oh, I don't know. I'd say you've come quite a long way.
Sierra Oscar from 643 receiving over.
Go ahead, June.
Yeah, no further action, Jensen Road.
Understood.
Excuse me, sir, what's going on here?
Oh, that woman's been on the phone for about half an hour. They're a big bloke. He's threatening violence. I know him. He's a nasty piece of work.
All right, I'll have a word with him. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Now, come on.
She's been on this damn thing.
All right, well, couldn't you use another phone while I sort this
I
out?
work here and I need to make a phone call. If you won't do your job, I will.
No, sir, I'll deal with it. It's all right. Will you please back off? Now, come on. You're making things worse. Right, stand there and back off. Excuse me, madam. Look, excuse me, madam, this is a public phone. I'm afraid there are other people waiting to... Hang on a minute. Madam, please. Look, come on, what's the problem? Look, all I was trying to say to you was that this is a public phone and other people are entitled to use it. Were you using this on the phone just now? Look, do you speak any English? Yes, I can speak English. Well, this is a man's name on this, isn't it? Do you know this person? Is it your husband? This isn't your credit card, is it? Look, if you won't talk to me, I'm afraid I'm going to have to assume that you obtained this card unlawfully. I can't tell you. Why can't you tell me? Right. I'm arresting you on suspicion of theft. You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so, but what you say may be used in evidence.
Yes. Mr. Said? Yes. Detective Sergeant Greg Sunhill, this is WPC Croft.
Oh, thank you for coming so promptly. Please come in.
Thank you.
Dina, I'm sorry to have to bother you with this.
It's no bother, Mr. Said. It's our job.
It's just the shock. Dina? Just the idea that people can walk into your home. Ah, there you are. My wife,
Mrs. Said.
Hello. We understand how you feel and we'll do everything we can to help.
We understand you've lost some jewellery.
Yes, a necklace, my wife's. We have a photograph of her wearing it. Here we are.
Oh, well done.
The necklace is very precious to me, you know? It used to belong to my grandmother.
Right. Is it okay if we hang on to this for a while?
Oh, yes, of course. How else can we help you?
Well, may we have a look around? We need to see the point of entry.
Look, I'll make some tea.
We have a broken window in here. Would you like to follow me?
Right. Do you want to have a look outside, Suzi?
Yeah.
Here we are.
When did you discover the break-in?
When we came back from work yesterday at 6 o'clock.
Nothing, Sarge.
I can only presume they broke the window and then let themselves in through the door. We always thought alarms and such like an extravagance. A decision now we regret, of course.
Is this the key to that door?
Yes.
Do you always keep it here?
Yes, except for yesterday. I must have left it in the door.
But the door was definitely locked before you left the house.
Oh, I'm sure. At 8:30 when we went for work.
Have you lost any other items?
No, I don't think so.
Any other jewellery, cash, electrical equipment?
No, we've checked the house thoroughly. There's nothing missing, I assure you. Very odd, isn't it?
So what we got here?
I called her using somebody else's card in a payphone.
Can you tell me where you got this?
She does understand some English, Sarge.
Would you like an interpreter?
I understand English.
Well, do you know the owner of this card? Look, for all we know, they might have lent it to you. If we can verify that, then we can all go home. Okay, let's have a... Come on. Look, if you won't talk to us about it, love, we're going to have to draw the conclusion that you stole it. And we can check whether it's lost or stolen. Right, do you want to give us your name and address? Okay, let's have the bag out.
Okay.
You know, if we can't verify your name and address, you're going to have to stay here much longer than you thought necessary. Do you understand?
Yes. Doesn't look like there's any ID, Sarge.
So what's the problem?
Mr. Saeed, is it possible you could have left it somewhere? At the office or at a friend's, perhaps?
No. No, I haven't worn it out of the house.
Have any tradesmen been to the house or delivered anything lately?
No, we haven't seen any tradesmen.
I'm sorry to have to ask you this, but have you had any friends visit you recently?
Unfortunately, we don't really have any friends here. Our business takes up all our time.
Could it have been taken by somebody else in the household?
No. You see, the two of us live alone. All our family's back home in the Middle East.
Right, well, thank you for your hospitality. Somebody will be along later on to take fingerprints. We'll be in touch as soon as there are any developments.
Thank you. I'm sorry we couldn't give you any more help.
Just one other thing. Does your insurance cover you for this?
Yes, it does. But that doesn't really help us, does it?
Well, you know, the necklace is not of any great value. It's maybe worth about, about £200. It's more, how do you say it? It's more of sentimental value.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Said.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Could have done with a wee bit more rehearsal, I reckon.
Yeah. She seemed very uncomfortable. Like it was his story and she was just going along with it.
Mind you, if it is an insurance job, they've got an awful lot of bother over 200 quid.
I'll get a copy from the office, just a second.
Sarge, I've checked with the bank. The credit card hasn't even been reported lost yet.
Well, do you want to interview her now?
Well, the thing is, she didn't say a dicky bird from the moment I nicked her.
Do you think she's an illegal?
Possibly.
Well, it's a bit early for the Home Office, isn't it? Why don't you give her an interview once she's had time to think about it all?
Okay.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar.
Go ahead, Polly.
160 Mead Street. That's 160 Mead Street. Pawn shop.
Suspect believed to be attempting to sell stolen goods.
On way.
It's John McCoy's place. Got a slapping last month. Same situation.
Well, don't hold your horses, Tony.
So you're absolutely certain you don't know the owner of the credit card?
I just found it.
If you did take the credit card from somebody,
then they're going to be worried about it, aren't they? So the sooner we can clear all this up, the better, don't you think? Okay. Interview terminated at 10:46. Oh no, hang on, you've got someone. What's the matter? How did you get that? I think we better have you see a doctor, don't you?
Yeah, cold day. If you're not interested, I can take it somewhere else.
I'm definitely interested. You just want to have a look at it.
Problem, Mr. McCoy?
This young man's been trying to sell me this necklace, but it's got to be nicked. He's got no idea where it came from.
You the owner of the necklace, sir?
Yeah, of course I am.
You got a receipt for it?
Well, not with me, no.
Where'd you get it?
Come on, son. They don't give them out in lucky bags, do they? Where'd you get it?
Look, it's not mine exactly. A friend asked me to sell it for them.
Name?
Sorry?
Name of this trusting friend of yours.
Come on, don't go shy on us.
Look, where'd you think I got it from? I stole it, didn't I?
Right. I'm arresting you for theft. You don't have to say anything unless you wish to do so. What you say may be given in evidence. You understand?
Very nasty. Been hit by a belt, I'd say.
Did someone do this to you? Hit you with a belt?
Yes.
Was it your husband? Your boyfriend?
No.
Or was it somebody you know? Somebody you work with, maybe?
No. It was my boyfriend.
Your boyfriend did that to you?
Yes.
Where does he live?
He lives with me.
Look, if you're prepared to make a statement, we can do something about this. We have a domestic violence unit that deals with just this sort of thing.
Cheers, Tony. Roach, put me number 3.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Ellison, something you might be interested in.
Well, well. Morning burglary at Lackford Street. How did we get hold of this?
Area car picked him up, trying to flog it.
Great, I'll rustle up Suzi for an interview.
Yeah. What's the verdict? She fit enough to be detained?
Well, yes, although she has taken quite a battering.
She's alleging her boyfriend did it.
Well, let's get Narika to have a word with her and might find out who she is, yeah?
This necklace you were trying to sell, can you tell us how you got hold of it?
I stole it. From a house in Lackford Street. I can't remember where exactly.
And when did you steal it?
Yesterday.
Neural, you've never been in trouble with the police before. Why now?
Well, I just left college last year and I haven't been able to get a job since, so I was, just getting a bit desperate for money.
So who's been showing you how to break into houses?
No one. I just figured it out for myself.
So how did you get in?
Sorry?
How did you break in? What was your method of entry?
Well, the usual way.
And what way is that?
First open the back door. With a screwdriver.
Yeah, that's a very messy way of breaking into houses, wouldn't you say?
First of all, I'd like to make it clear that I'm not concerned with whatever you did to get yourself arrested. Okay, if you're going to call me Narika, I'm going to have to call you something. So what's it to be?
Sarita.
Good. Now, Sarita, will you tell me who hurt you?
It was my boyfriend. He hit me with a belt.
And you live with your boyfriend?
Yes.
And where might that be? Come on, Sarita, it's not much good unless we can go around and talk to him. At least tell me what his name is. Okay, let's see if I've got this right. You don't want to tell me too much about him, because you're frightened he'll find out and take it out on you. Is that it?
The moment you've got something sensible to tell us, we'll have another chat, okay?
Sarita?
Whoa, just hang on.
Look, I just want to have a word with my girlfriend, all right?
All right.
Sarita!
All right. I found a boyfriend then.
Firstly, I have to caution you that you don't have to say anything unless you wish to. But what you say may be given in evidence.
Look, we've been through all this.
I want to talk to you about Sarita.
What's she got to do with this? I mean, why is she here?
You're aware that she's been beaten? Beaten very badly?
Look, what's she doing here? Who have you been talking to about this?
She says that you're responsible.
No! I can never do anything like that to her.
That's what Sarita's told me.
I don't believe you.
Why would Sarita tell me you did if you didn't? Come on, you live with the girl. If you didn't do it, who did?
Mrs. Saeed.
Who?
Mrs. Saeed. Sarita was a domestic servant, or slave rather. She's the one who's beaten her.
Any developments?
You could say that. Sarita says the boyfriend did the beating. The boyfriend says someone called Mrs. Saeed did it. Ring any bells?
What's the surname that was on the credit card she had on her when she was arrested?
Could Sarita be connected with burglary?
I don't know. You're the only one that's getting any sense out of either of them.
Sarge, we found her passport at Chowdhury's house.
Huh? So now we know who you are. All we need now is to know what you're up to.
The Home Office say Sarita Begum entered the country quite legally, employed as a servant by a family name of Saeed.
Yeah, that's the name on the credit card she was using.
And that matches up with what we got from the boyfriend. She's accused him of the assault, and he's claiming Mrs. Saeed did it. If you don't mind, sir, I'd like to re-interview her as soon as possible.
Of course. She's here on something called domestic entry clearance, which means she can work in the Saeed's household but nowhere else, and she has to live there. She shouldn't have moved in with a boyfriend.
So you mean she's legal if she lives with the Saeeds, but illegal if she doesn't?
That's right, but I reckon the Home Office will overlook it if she goes back to them. But yes, from an immigration point of view, it's as if she's part of the family.
I've worked for them for 3 years. My family works for their family in the Middle East. That's how I got the job.
Go on.
Mr. Saeed, he's always been very fond of me. But Mrs. Saeed gets jealous. She's always doing spiteful things like not paying me all my wages.
And what about the bruises?
She thinks there's something going on between me and her husband. But there isn't. Yesterday she complained about something I hadn't done. And suddenly she started screaming at me about her husband and hitting me. She wouldn't stop hitting me. Nural was the only person I could turn to.
So you moved in with him yesterday?
Yes. They still owed me money, so I stole the credit card and Mrs. Saeed's necklace. I suppose you think I should be ashamed about it, but I'm not. She had no right to do what she did to me.
Let me write up what you've told me as a formal statement. Then we'll be able to charge Mrs. Saeed with the assault. Will you do that?
Yes.
Mrs. Saeed, is this the necklace you had stolen?
Yes. Yes, it is.
And can you identify that credit card as yours?
Indeed it is. I wasn't even aware it was lost.
Splendid. We'll need a statement from you identifying the property. Then we can get the two prisoners charged and out of here.
Mrs. Saeed, this is WPC data.
I'd like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Yes, of course.
And I'd like a word with you, please, Mr. Saeed. Alone.
Officer, may I ask what all this is about?
I'll explain in a moment, Mrs. Saeed.
How do you think we managed to recover your property?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Meticulous police work, I would imagine.
We caught a young man by the name of Nurul Chowdhury trying to sell the necklace.
That's not a name I am familiar with.
Okay, let's take it a step further. Nurul Chowdhury is the boyfriend of Sarita Begum, who is admitted to stealing the necklace and who was discovered using your credit card in a payphone. Now, is that a name with which you're familiar? Come on, Mr. Saeed. Sarita was a servant of yours until yesterday. You do know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes, I do.
What has she been telling you?
Sarita's made some very serious allegations against you.
Well, that girl has a rather, how do you say it, a rather overactive imagination. You know, I was against her coming over here with us, but my husband insisted on it.
Her injuries aren't the result of an overactive imagination.
Well, if Sarita has been hurt in some way, then I suggest you talk to the boyfriend of hers.
Nurul Chowdhury was the person who alerted us to the possibility that you might be the one who assaulted her. Sarita didn't want to tell us anything.
Officer, let me explain something to you. In my country, what goes on inside a person's own household is their own concern. It is not the concern of the police.
Let me explain something to you, Mrs. Saeed. You're in this country now, and subject to the laws of this country. In this country, a young woman being assaulted is very much the concern of the police.
I can't force Sarita to work or live with us. She's not a slave. There has been some mix-up with her wages, which is why she left. But by leaving, she put her immigration status in jeopardy. I realized Sarita must have taken the necklace, but avoided mentioning her in order to protect her.
So you staged the break-in?
No. Sarita must have done that. Smashed the window anyway. I just tried to make things more convincing by saying the key was in the door. Clearly, not convincing enough for you, Sergeant.
You do realize you could be prosecuted for wasting police time for what you've done?
Yes, I understand. I really am very sorry for what I did. But I did it in Sarita's best interest.
Well, she's just a young girl. You know, they have minds of their own nowadays.
Sarita has made a statement regarding these allegations, Mrs. Saeed.
Oh?
I'm sorry, Narika, there's something I think you better know.
WPC Ackland enters the room. Interview suspended, 13:05.
Sarita's withdrawn her statement.
You're joking.
No, I'm afraid she's adamant about it. Says the Saeeds will sack her. She's probably right.
Thank you, Mrs. Saeed. That'll be all. Lucky for you, Sarita's withdrawn her statement.
My wife, is she being asked the same questions?
No. She's being interviewed in connection with an assault on Sarita Begum.
On Sarita?
She's been very badly beaten, and she's alleging your wife did it.
Oh, Robert.
دينا؟
Yeah.
شو هالعمل اللي عملتيه؟
اسكتي.
ما صحيح.
مش هون.
شو يعني غيرانة؟ I take it you won't be needing us anymore.
No, you're free to go.
How long do you think it will be before Sarita is released?
Not very long. We have to return our property, that sort of thing.
She's being released?
Yeah. Mr. Saeed has signed a statement that he doesn't want any further action against Sarita or Nurul.
It's just that we would like to wait for her if possible.
Wait for her?
Why, yes.
You don't seriously expect her to go home with you, do you?
But of course. Her visa requires her to live with us. Besides, she's part of the family.
Thank you. WPC data will see you out.
Are you sure about this? This way. Sarita, I want you to reconsider making a statement against Mrs. Saeed.
If I make a statement against Mrs. Saeed, I lose my job. If I lose my job, I'll lose my visa. I'll be sent home. My family couldn't stand the shame.
Maybe there's a way round the visa problem.
No, there isn't. And I'd never see Nooral again. Tell me, what good would any statement do?
Sarita. Sarita, I can't believe you're the only person in this situation. If you made a statement, if we could take action against Mrs. Saeed, then others might not have to go through what you've suffered.
You don't understand. What good would it do me? I'm sorry.
You're not listening to me, are you, Lee? This just isn't penetrating, is it?
I'm listening. Look, I'm listening. What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that you realise what a mess you're in and what an idiot you've been. I want you to say that you're going to keep your sticky little fingers off other people's property and you're going to stop roaming the street in ugly, intimidating gangs.
You haven't got a clue. He hasn't. It's rubbish. I don't run with any gang.
Well, we're both a little wiser then, aren't we, Lee?
Yeah.
Lee Gibson, this is an official caution. Do you know what this means? This means that on this occasion, having considered the reports of all the agencies involved, I've decided that there will be no charge. Although you're a criminal, Lee, you do not yet have a criminal record, but understand this. Every foolish move you've made is in this file. And if you should so much as sneeze out of turn in the future, you'll be looking at a custodial sentence. Detention, Lee. Just think about it, will you? George, you all set?
Oh, yes, sir. Unless there's anything else.
No, you go on. I'll catch up with you shortly. But keep your ears open, will you? We're on this characters patch today. Slightest hint of anything organised, I want to be knowing about it, right? Ned Kelly in there makes out he's a loner, but I know different.
Yes, sir. Well, he's smart enough, though.
It's his leadership potential that concerns me. Go on, get out there, start spreading the word.
Sir.
Now then, Lee.
All a bit highly charged at the moment, Sarge. The kid's never stayed out before, apparently.
What? A 16-year-old? That must be a first.
Yeah, we're just filling in the MISPA form and the other preliminaries. But there's not a lot to go on.
All right, Paul. Keep me informed.
Will do, Sarge.
How many more times do I have to repeat myself?
Mr. Finnegan, hang on.
He cannot be staying with a friend. There is no friend.
Mr. Finnegan, we have to look at it from every angle, don't we? Now, normally there's...
Why does he keep telling me what's normal? My boy went for a run last night and didn't come back. What's normal about that?
Surely there's somebody. A friend from school. A mate from the gym.
Listen, Constable. We are talking about an athlete. Trained, disciplined, committed. Now, this is how an athlete's day goes, right? 6:30, out of bed, gentle stretching, 50 push-ups.
Look, Mr.
50 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, light breakfast, school.
Ray.
Evening, high protein, low fat dinner. Homework, an hour on the computer, 5-mile run. You following? Not going too fast?
Yeah, I'm following. Thanks, Paul. All right, Mr. Finnegan. A few details for the record, yeah?
Give me strength.
Do you have any recent photographs, Mrs. Finnegan?
What?
Of Daniel?
Yeah, in his room.
Right then. Height.
Height, 5 feet, 8 inches. Weight, 135 pounds.
Ray blames me for this, you know.
Does he? Why would he do that?
I had a few martinis. I don't sleep well when he's away. I fell asleep, didn't I? That's why I don't know if Daddy come back in. It's pathetic, isn't it? Come on.
Danny win these?
Yeah. He's thought of nothing else since he was a kid. Look. His bed hasn't been slept in. He could be anywhere, lying in some ditch anywhere.
Come on, he'll be all right.
Scum.
Don't even think about it, son. Well, come on, George, don't stand about. Mingle. Poster campaign seems to have been an unqualified success, then?
Oh, yes, sir. I've been hammering on the doors ever since we got here. Still. Time yet, eh?
There's a bunch of comedians outside. Can you put a name to any of them?
No, sir. None that I could use in public.
Well, keep an eye out, will you? They're acting as though they've got something to prove.
Sir.
Wearing a black jogging suit, black woolly hat, and distinctive day-glow rucksack.
Where'd he run?
Varied. We cruised the local vicinity, but...
Perhaps he kept running, headed for the bright lights.
I don't think so, Sarge. Doesn't sound the type. Got no mates, no social life to speak of. Just school, sleep and boxing. Weird.
It's called sacrifice, Tony. You wouldn't understand. Does he use a gym?
Yeah, Chick Miller's. But not last night. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Good place to start, though. Might turn something up. Otherwise, it's a case of wait and see.
Sarge.
Wonder what he uses the rucksack for.
Fills it with bricks, apparently.
Weird.
Well, the majority of break-ins take place during the day, when people are at work. Any intruder that risks waking the occupant, well, they're pretty stupid, really.
So don't have nightmares. Do sleep well.
Yeah, could you just excuse me a minute? Thanks. Oi! Oi, what's the problem? Hang about!
Delivery from Mr. Conway. Just say no posters. Too late for you, though. You said yeah.
Thanks, Mike. Very similar to a joke, that.
Got many in?
Yeah, it's packed.
So sweet at this age, aren't they?
Yeah. I reckon Lee Gibson was here a minute ago, squaring up to those kids. He legged it, though, when I came out.
You're not a pretty sight, are you, George? Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'd love to stay and help you, but, you know.
Don't get lost.
All right, Chick. I never done it, officer. I've been fitted up.
You're safely signed, Chick. We're looking for this lad, Daniel Finnegan.
Yeah? Well, when you find him, kick his butt for me. His head case.
You heard it was the golden boy. Works out down here, doesn't he?
Didn't till a month ago. Jacked it all in the pillow. And he could have made it.
What can you tell us about him?
Loner. Totally obsessed. Dedication, discipline. He had it all. Mighty happen the guys down here called him. Threw it all away, didn't he?
Why did he do that, do you suppose?
Like many before him, Tony. Made an earth-shattering discovery. Women. Pretty little thing, name of Angie Roberts.
That's where he is, then.
That's where I'd be.
You see, what I'm getting at is that the rising crime rate is everybody's problem. I mean, this is our society, and we have to live in it together, whether we like it or not. Now, the message that you give your kids is the message that they're going to take out there with them.
And what messages do we get? When you lot give the villains 100 lines and send them straight back out onto the streets.
Well, that's just another problem that we have to share, isn't it? Come on, out of it. Come on. Everybody all right?
Sierra Oscar from 218.
Go ahead, George.
At Jasmine Allen Community Centre. Some yobs have just put a brick through the window. Can we have some units down here, please? Not urgent.
Sierra Oscar
Don't tell me they vanished, yeah?
No, that could be anywhere.
Surprise, surprise.
Who have we got to assist down at the Jasmine Allen estate, Matthew?
I don't think Reg is exactly snowed under, sir.
Get him down there, then.
Right.
Mr. Finnegan, sir. No, Mr. Finnegan.
I want to see the top man.
Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to do. Would you like to step this way?
Angie Roberts.
Yeah? What is it?
Looking for this boy, Angie. Daniel Finnegan. We were wondering if he might be here.
No. Why would he be?
We were told he might be. We heard you were a friend of his.
Well, I know him. What's the problem?
No problem. We hope. He's gone missing.
We were told you and Danny had some kind of relationship.
Well, like I said, I know him. I mean, he's somebody I've seen hanging out. I mean, not for a while, though. Not for weeks.
Hanging out where?
Look, if I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I don't.
All right, Angie. Look, if he does show up, get him to let someone know where he is, will you, love?
Yeah, he won't.
OK. He's giving her the elbow, isn't he?
What? How'd you make that out?
I know the look, don't I? A woman scorned. My guess is he'll be tucked up somewhere cosy now with Angie Mark too. We just have to give him time to surface.
Hang on. Rossi Park. You know the benches down at the canal end, the old seats?
Yeah, I know where you mean.
With some of the lads hang out down there, don't they? Well, it might be worth a look, that's all.
Right, thanks, Angie.
Do you know how many children go missing every day in this city?
I don't care how many. I care about this one. And I care about the police dragging their heels.
Nobody's dragging their heels.
Now, you listen to me and listen hard. I carry a certain amount of clout in this community, and I'll tell you now, if
I carry some clout in this station, Mr. Finnegan. So, what I suggest is that you try and get some rest. And as soon as we hear anything, we'll let you know.
Nice to see someone's making use of the local amenities. I'd say we found the alternative social centre, wouldn't you?
Looks like it.
I think our Daniel came here to run somehow. Joint butts.
Tony, over here. This is his. No bricks in here, though. Looks like he's discovered a few more of life's little pleasures, doesn't it?
Yeah. We better get this back to the Finnegans for positive ID.
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar.
Sierra 1 receiving.
Ramsden's warehouse. IC1 male loitering. Can you deal?
We'll take that, Sergeant. Way.
Any sign?
Nah, it's quiet as a grave. I think that extra manpower sent them scurrying it with cover.
There was plenty of action when that brick came through the window. If it had hit anybody.
Oh no, you were right to send me back up, George. Nah, they're out there, watching us. I know they are. Oh well, I think I'll go and knock on a few doors. You never know, do you?
No, Reg.
Why not tell the world you're coming?
Mr. Billings?
Yeah?
Where's Ramsden?
Lanzarote, I should think. The claims he makes on this place.
So what's the story?
Kid, walking up and down here, best part of half an hour. Then over this gate like Zebedee. Not 5 minutes ago. If you're quick, you'll have him.
Has he still got his Rottweilers here?
Nah, somebody nicked them.
Check that side, mate.
All right.
No sign of entry around this side. He must have had it away over the wall.
Yeah, it looks like it. What's in this place anyway?
I don't know, computer games, videos, wooden legs, whatever you like, whatever Jackie Ramsden can get hold of at discount. Bankrupt stock mostly. I hate it when this happens.
Yeah, so do I. Hang on a second, Steve.
Oi!
You all right, Steve?
Yeah. Lee Gibson.
Which way?
Sierra Oscar from 363 receiving.
Go ahead, 363.
Ramsden's warehouse, Sarge. Suspect decamped into Foregang Crescent. Last seen about 30 seconds ago. Believed to be Lee Gibson. It's our old mate. I think I'll try a home visit.
Received, Steve.
Right, Lee. Get out of this one.
I don't collect autographs, mate. I just sell chips.
Yeah, well, all right, fair enough. But look, if someone does throw a brick through this window, you will give us a call, won't you?
Hang on. Look, names are names, aren't they? I mean, they all sound the same to me, you know.
Lee?
Yeah, that one rings a bell. He hasn't been round for a bit, though. Sulking, probably.
How come?
Somebody's been dishing out a few black eyes, haven't they? Looks like a bit of a battle for control.
Control? Of what?
Oh, you must have seen their mark. JAP, eh? The Jasmine Allen posse. Snotty little lowlives. Still, don't scare me.
No, well, something in it. Thanks a lot.
Gary.
Yes, love. Can I help you?
Can I speak to somebody about Danny Finnegan, please? People I spoke to before.
Yeah, sure.
Tony Stanton, Polly.
Won't be a minute. Why don't you take a seat? That street cred. That's what it's about, isn't it? Lee comes out of his caution, yeah, full of himself. Finds this other character shouting the odds. Unimpressed. So he's got to prove he's a governor again. Settle it once and for all. And what better way than to hit Ramsden's? Straight up to the caution for his other offence. Instant legend. He's the top dog again.
Yes, Hollis. Well, he's blown it this time, hasn't he?
Yes, sir. His pecking order. We all like to know where we stand, don't we?
Yes, Reg.
It's not an open day we want, it's an open season.
Mrs. Gibson, is Lee home, please?
No, he's out. He told me he was going to look for a job.
Well, it looks like he found one. Except he came away without one of his tools.
No. Danny Finnegan and I, we had this relationship. Go on. Well, we met. He started hanging around a couple of months ago. We'd seen him running in Rossi Park, round and round, night after night. Thought it was really funny. We all did. Then one night I got down to the seat before the others and he was just sitting there. He said he'd sprained his ankle, but I knew he was waiting for me. As soon as we started talking, I could tell he was different. He blushed. So, we got talking and it all came pouring out. The boxing, his family. I mean, I knew his life history in an hour. And then the other lot turned up.
Oh, yeah? Who did?
Just lads, local lads.
What happened, Angie?
Well, what always happens. The chest beating started, didn't it? The calling out, we're not having some outsider on our patch talking to our women. Our women.
And?
Well, Danny wouldn't fight at first. He said he did his fighting in the ring. It did their tiny brains in. They just couldn't see it. But I could. All he wanted was to fit in, just be all right with everybody. But the threats kept coming, and the squaring up. It didn't stop him, though. He still kept coming back, trying to win him over. He even put his trophies down once. But you see, you need a different kind of trophy to impress that lot. And in the meantime, me and Danny, well, I was the first girl he'd been with, ever.
What about the others, Angie? The other lads?
Oh, they had to have their showdown, didn't they? Prove who was who. I mean, they were going to kick Danny into the middle of next week. And finally he went for it.
And?
Well, it was over in a couple of seconds. Boom, boom. Two of them on their backsides and Danny bending over and apologising. So I told him I didn't want to see him again.
Why did you do that?
Look, I finished it, all right? He was no different. He was just as vicious as the rest of them. So I ended it.
All units from Sierra Oscar. Possible sighting of Lee Gibson walking east along Connaught Gardens towards the High Street. Thanks, Kath.
It's Sierra Oscar from Sierra 1. Yeah, we'll deal, Sarge. We're just round the corner.
Angie, this is important. I want to know who the others were. The lads that were giving Danny all the grief.
Look, the two hit were nobodies, just posers. But the one who bothers me, the one who really wants putting away, is Gibson. Lee Gibson. He's crazy.
Hang on, is that him?
All units from Sierra 1 have sight of Lee Gibson heading north up Harwick Avenue. Yep, he's heading towards Carrington Place.
Yeah, 171. He's coming my way. I'll head up towards the High Street.
Yep, all right, Reg. We'll go in the west side.
All units from 171. Gibson is going on to the Jasmine Allen estate.
218, I'm on it. Outside Jasmine Allen Community Centre.
You ain't looking me up!
Lee, don't be stupid. Put it down, Lee.
Don't! Drop that!
Put it down, Lee.
Now!
Lee Gibson, I'm arresting you for burglary. You don't have to say anything, but anything you
What you talking about? I wasn't doing anything.
What was the crowbar for, Lee? Balance?
You can't book me for owning a crowbar. I didn't do anything, man. All the same, man, if it's just because someone's got a bit of previous...
Cut the rubbish, Lee.
You're the worst of the lot. I wasn't robbing the place. Tell him about me, man. Do something.
I'm sorry, son. It's out of my hands for now.
I wasn't doing the place. I wasn't. Somebody else was. A mate of mine. I thought he might be hurt. I was there to check him out.
Who are we talking about, Lee?
Danny Finnegan. I'll try to tell him not to do it.
Go on, take him. Sarah Oscar from 218 receiving, over.
Stay above the door, mate, all right?
He's got a pulse.
Sierra Oscar 595 receiving.
Go ahead.
Ambulance required, Ramsden's warehouse, 1 male, unconscious.
Received.
They're easy, it'll be all right.
Tell us about Ramsden's, Lee.
Say getting the posse, innit? Get a trophy. Say a bottle.
Nick something.
Yeah, if you like. But it's not the gear that's important, it's... Well, you're one of the boys, an incher. Oh, I don't know.
Is that all that Danny Finnegan wanted? To be one of the boys?
Yeah. Crazy, innit? He spent too much time on his own. He was lonely. You know what I learned from my old man? Get this in first. You know what I learned from Danny Finnegan? Use this. Funny that, innit? For a boxer, you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, he'll pull through.
I learned a lot from Danny. That caution this morning would have been my last. I didn't need it ramming down my throat.
You should have told us about Danny, Lee.
I didn't know myself till I got out of here, did I? I never thought he'd try it. He didn't have to prove anything to me.
You should have let us know. We're on the same side.
Are we?
So that's it then, Lee. Danny risked his life to be like you and your mates.
Yeah, I suppose that's it, yeah.
I still can't see why.
What more can I tell you? Maybe it was the uniform that attracted him.